Hi guys, it's Lyra. This is Obviously Dreadful. Obviously, I used to have a head full of dreads and lots of things to say. Still do. Many opinions, most of them unpopular ones. If you're new, stick around, have a chat. Maybe we can be friends. And if you're one of my returning subscribers, I love you guys. Hi guys, happy Wednesday. I hope that everybody had a great last weekend, a good start to the week, that you're safe, happy, healthy, and all the good things, as are the ones that you love and care about. I am so sorry that I am so delayed with getting a video up, but here we are. I have so many things that I want to talk about, but we all know that it's probably not going to go well, okay? So, yeah. Because there's multiple videos that I have been trying to put up that are just not even making it up for them to get rid of them. They're just not happening. It's just not making it there. But that's whatever, you know. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to re-listen to Tom MacDonald's Snowflakes. One, because I felt like listening to it, so why not? And two, so that we can talk in between as much as we can. So there's that. So if that bothers anybody and you don't want to listen to it, then that's fine, and I completely understand, but that's what we're gonna do. Also, I told you guys I would show you when they came, so here's one of the new shirts. I cut all my t-shirts, so don't mind me. I just have to be, you know, me. But anyway, this is the I Will Not Co-Parent with the government shirt. Comes, I think, in a couple colors, pretty sure, don't really remember. Working on a couple new designs that will be up this week, and then of course these designs with the skull are up on the website, and then the cups you can just message me if you want, and we can do any design on it at all. There will be a Let's Go Brandon cup, mug, t-shirt, and keychain coming soon. So you know, if you'd like to get in on that and be one of the first, by all means. There's also the hashtag. I have that on the back of this one. I don't think I can part with this specific cup. I'll probably have to remake it for whoever, because it's just my favorite. So I think this will be mine as I wreck the place. But yeah. Also, okay, so here is what the big bullet looks like finished. This is an example, of course, can be done with any design. So this has a "We the People Are Pissed Off," and then on the back we have a distressed, the full Second Amendment. So that's there. There's that. And I think that's all. Also, the other thing is, I told you guys when I took my dreadlocks out, I would be putting my extensions, my regular hair extensions, back in. I am going to be doing that soon. I've been using the same hair company for probably, I don't know, 5 years now, more than that maybe. Prior to dreadlocks, while I had dreadlocks, always. They are my favorite. Their prices are outstanding in comparison to most. And the hair is phenomenal and lasts longer than hair that I've spent $500 on. So anyway, they asked me if they could send me the hair. Would I make a video? I make them a video usually every time anyway, so I'm not, like, it's not like that was a thing. But I'm not going to turn down free hair extensions at all. That would be foolish. So, of course, that video will also be coming as soon as the hair gets here. So, if you have a wife, a girlfriend, if you are a girl, if you are somebody that is however you identify and you use hair extensions, they have a multitude of kinds, which I will explain. And they, their prices are just amazing. And I will show you. So, of course, you know I'm going to come with the receipts, including my own. So, again, they're not paying me to do anything. They wouldn't have to anyway, because, like I said, I have talked about them for years on different social media platforms, and I've never asked for a thing from them. So I appreciate it, and like I said, I'm certainly not going to turn it down. But I just don't want anybody to think like, oh, I'm just saying it. Trust me, there would be nothing that went into my hair that wasn't something that I used. If another hair extension company reached out to me, I would have just simply said, absolutely not. Thank you, but no thank you, because it's just not my thing. But anyway, all that aside, I'm running my mouth as usual. If you're new here, hi. I appreciate you. I talk a lot. I usually apologize for it. My subscribers yell at me then, but that's just who I am. I cannot shut my mouth, and it gets me into trouble sometimes, but I'm okay with that. I accept that as that's just how it goes. I don't ask anybody to agree with me. I don't ask anybody to see eye to eye with me. I simply ask that we're respectful of one another. So if you have something that you want to discuss, we can do that down in the comments below. And I think that's it. Outside of that, I absolutely do want to start going live with you guys, especially because it would be so much easier to be able to talk to you guys while I'm working on cups and keychain, like in all the things. Do you know what I mean? And not have to worry about trying to find the time to do 100,000 things when I could just have you right there with me and just talk to you while I'm working. So we're going to figure that out, because the only thing is of course I have to be afraid to go live on YouTube because I can't say the wrong thing. Whatever. And then the very last thing, guys, is the Distressed American Flag bullet. I am going to give this to one of you. So I think we will go, I don't know, let's say October 15th. So as long as you're subscribed to my YouTube channel and have left me a comment at some point in time, then you will be entered to win. There's that. Okay? Okay. All right. So I just broke my computer, I thought. But we're going to do Tom MacDonald Snowflakes. Yes, I've done it before. I don't care. I'm doing it again because I want to and because it lets me open up conversations. So that's what we're going to do. And I hope that you'll stick around and do it with me now that I have wasted, 10 minutes of your time. And you've listened to me run my mouth. So sorry about that, but all right. I think I'm ready. We're going to hope YouTube doesn't glitch. It usually gives me a hard time when I let it sit for too long, but we're going to cross our fingers and let's go.
If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. When they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking guns away will save our kids from the killings, but you're pro-choice. Abortion kills way more children.
Let's just stop there a minute too. Let's talk about the politics and prison thing. Let's talk about how there's still people being unconstitutionally held from January, that day. I probably don't want to say too much because anyway, so a day in January, and no due process. It's astounding to me. But I keep reading articles of all of these charges being dropped and all of the money that was raised by politicians for BAIL, for Baum organization, Marxist runs it. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'll put the letters here. Anyway, so it's the hypocrisy for me. Okay, it is the hypocrisy for me. And I just read an article, and I will try to put a picture of it up not long ago. I believe I even put it on my TikTok, because what they said in that article was they had been dropping the charges for these people from Baum and Aunt Tifa's house. Aunt or Auntie Tifa. Yeah. Anyway, they'd been dropping the charges because they were just exercising their rights. You couldn't make this stuff up. You couldn't make it up. So why were those people on that day in January, when they went out and had a good time for themselves and it didn't end up a good time for themselves, how's that not the same thing? Especially when the prior, far more in damages, far more. Again, if you are someone who goes along with the nonsense No shade. Not going to call you out. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to get into, nothing. You're entitled to your opinion and your feelings, and that's fine. I just want you to explain the rationality to me. How do you make that okay in your head? Because even if it was the other way around, I would absolutely still stand up and still speak out, because it's not okay. The rules are either the rules for everybody or they're the rules for nobody. I managed teams for a long time for different corporations. And I mean, no different there. And I used to make that abundantly clear to my team as well as to upper management. And because that's just it. And especially when it comes to, you can't walk around saying, oh, there's these systemic issues and there's not equality, but then you don't really want equality. You just want things your way. Because if you wanted equality, when you saw somebody being disparaged, you would stand up, even if they weren't a person that you agreed with, because you would be standing on your soapbox of equality for all. Right? Just asking. I'm just asking, okay? So if by chance this comes across anybody that goes along with what I think is nonsense anymore, all of it, I just want somebody to explain to me why in their head it's different. Why one is justified and one is not. Especially when one is taxpayer funded and one, like, okay, I could go on and on. We're not going to go. You guys, you get what I mean. I mean, I know most of you do. But I sincerely just want somebody to explain to me. And I've yet to get somebody to comment that I don't know. I don't know where all these people are that, you know, these 81 million people that, you know, voted for our friend in office, but they're so quiet when these things, like when you're asking these things or things come, like, what, why? All right. All right, let's go. Just asking. All right, anyways. I mean, I don't think I need to add anything else to what Tom said. I mean, he's not wrong, of course. He's not wrong.
Kills way more children. If America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration. Just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans. Trigger warnings used to be on.
It's one of my favorite lines. Such a bar. And that is the other thing. I can't even talk. I will be here till tomorrow because there is nothing that angers me more than people who have the audacity to act like this, they don't like this country, they hate this country, they, you know, the privilege you have alone in being able to say that. And the fact that it's the same people yet again that walk around telling everybody else who has privilege and who doesn't, but fail to ever recognize their own. Because it's only, that's the thing, and that's what drives me the most crazy, I think, is it's only when it's convenient. All of these things are only when they're convenient. It's usually like the most ridiculous nonsense because they're usually doing or being or behaving exactly what they're saying, yelling, screaming, arguing that they're standing against. It's just, it almost makes you dizzy. All right. Anyway, let's touch on that a minute because I don't believe it's been on much of the news. However, so we have, okay. Trying to think of how I could talk about this because it's going to be an issue. It's going to be an issue. Okay. So I'm not sure who has and hasn't heard yet, okay? But there was an incident at a school, and I will try to catch it in the edit to put the county so you guys can try to look it up if you haven't seen about it yet, where there was a girl, ASSAULTED, in the bathroom by a MALE in a skirt. That's my issue. You see, people get so upset if you say that you question the bathroom policies, or you say that must mean that you're this kind of phobic or that kind of. No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that at all. It means anybody with half of a brain that can take 30 seconds to think for themselves instead of just spew back hateful nastiness that they're told, can understand that these things were bound to happen with those policies. Period. It's basically being invited. Anybody can say, I identify as, go and do whatever they're going to do. You are giving a doorway and a hall pass to RPE. Period. End of discussion. Don't really care about any other opinions on it. You're entitled to have one. I appreciate you just the same. Get yourself checked out in the head, I think, in my opinion, because how can you not see that? We're not even talking about adults here who can make adult decisions, who have better capability to defend themselves, who have better capability to be more attentive and more intuitive to what may or may not be going on with a certain person or whatever situation, etc. We're talking about kids. We're talking about little kids. And it's not okay. None of this is okay. Also, parents, I'm not sure, how old everybody's kids are or what not. But in case you haven't seen this, to go right along in that thing, which I'm sure I'll upset somebody and hurt somebody's feelings with this as well, but here we go. There is a comic book, Spider-Man, that will be introducing him in a different way, different kind of relationship. So if you have younger children that you don't think need to, know too much about certain things, or, it's just a heads up. That's all. You make your own decisions as a parent, what you teach your kids, how you teach your kids, what you discuss with them, at what age, etc. I think we are introducing things way too young. And I'm not talking about teenagers that read a comic book, because there are kids that are much younger than that do so. So it's just a heads up, just an FYI. Yeah, but anyway, so like I said, I just think that we are giving a hall pass and the ability for these things to happen, and it's not okay. So we need to do better, and we need to understand, instead of telling people who oppose certain policies that they're this kind of phobic or that kind of phobic, we need to see where they're coming from, and we need to come to a better solution, because things like this can be what happens when everybody just goes along to keep people from being upset, or to keep people from having their feelings hurt, or whatever it might be. All right, anyway, guys, let's go.
Them days, screw a pronoun, cause everyone's a retard these days. Here preaching at the protest that hate is the problem, but hating straight men, white folks, and Christians is common. Coca-Cola telling people they should be less white. They preach intolerance, but if you disagree, they fight. There's a race war here, elections based on fear. Black lives only matter once every 4 years. Soldiers died for this country.
Sorry, I had to let that part play out. I can't cut it right there. It's no different than the steps in the other song. I'll take the copyright hit. I'm used to it. It is what it is at this point with all of that too. But Listen, I was just thinking about this earlier today too. Why is it not suspicious? Think about this. I want everybody to think about this logically for a minute, to everybody, okay? That, you know, the Democrats have been on their parade of cancel culture over the past year or so. Everything that they've canceled or removed, the labels, the team logos, etc. What's the commonality? What are they removing? What are they wiping away? You see, it's so obvious that they are exactly what they claim not to be, and they always have been. You know, for example, the man who created the Redskins logo was an indigenous person. And he was proud of that. But that was wiped away. Aunt Jemima was someone who made pancakes. And that was wiped away. So, remind me again what good this is supposed to be doing, because as far as I can see, it's just, I'm sorry guys, I just totally hit the button. But anyways, all I can see is it wiping away further and further, disparaging the same people that they claim that they're standing up for. Just some food for thought. Just a little suspicious to me. Isn't it suspicious that for this entire election cycle we heard how we were going to, you know, combat systemic racism, and we were going to do this and we were going to do that, and can somebody please, to this day, how many months are we in now, tell me what exactly it is that Joe Biden has done for any minority community? Anyone? Because the other thing is with these new mandates, which we will get into that here soon. I just got to find a way, because that's a very touchy subject on this arena for the Fauci ouchie. So I have to figure that one out. So I'll figure it out, and we'll circle back on it. But where was I going with that? See, guys, I told you there's just so much. There's so much that we need to discuss. Oh, these mandates. You know, the same people that this whole party is supposed to be standing up for. For example, the black community is heavily on Fauci ouchied. So, by mandating and then further disparaging, once again, the same community that you claim to be standing up for, fighting against, and that everybody else is racist, it seems kind of like it's the opposite. Again, if people would just open their eyes, the truth and the answers are right in front of their face. I could just scream it all day long, and I just wish people would get it. Okay. That's all I wanted to say. This is going to be a 6-hour video, so we're gonna keep it pushing. Let's go.
Elections based on fear. Black lives only matter once every 4 years. Soldiers died for this country, and every one of us benefits. Give welfare to the bums and forget about the veterans. Black folks and white folks divided by the news, but we are all the same. We are red, white, and blue. Ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Because honestly, we are all ashamed of you too. Y'all are so
such a bar. And that hits you like right here. And if it doesn't, you're the problem. I'm telling you that right now. I mean that with my whole heart. As I'm saying it with my whole chest, I completely mean it. You're the problem. If that line, you don't feel that in your soul, that the people who have such an issue with this country are the problem, and that you're not ashamed of people who behave that way, especially given, you know, all how blessed they are to live in this country, you're the problem. That's it. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not going to, not going to be nasty or anything like that. That's just what I think. And we're going to hear that line again, because I needed that. That made my day better.
We are red, white, and blue. Ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Because honestly, we are all ashamed of you too. Y'all are so fake. Snowflakes, whoa. You can make us see it your way. No way. Gasoline and propane. More flames. Oh no. No more snowflakes. They set us up to fail, that's what they built the system for. Put an ammunition shop across the street from a liquor store. Empowering women used to be different than this before. The role models got OnlyFans or dance on a stripper pole. Screw it, I ain't tripping, I don't mean to be mean. But if our children are the future, then our future is bleak. They take an Adderall to focus, hit McDonald's to eat. They're addicted to phones and they take Xanax to sleep.
I'm just letting him talk. I mean, it's, once again, this is like an anthem. It really is. This song encompasses so much of what's going on, as does so many of his songs. And it's funny to watch the people that get upset when he puts these kind of tracks out. Oh, he's doing it again. Like, they don't put the same kind of nonsense out constantly, just about girls or cars or this or that, blah, 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 blah. Or that guy that thinks he can rap fast but sounds ridiculous and you can't understand an effing thing that he's saying. I don't remember his name. But he's like, he's one of the ones that'll do the, well, I'm not going to talk about that. Why though? Here, my opinion on people like that is, if you are reacting to a song and then you refuse to talk about a bar that you heard, it's because you know that you've already lied to your audience about it. So now you cannot open your mouth about your opinion. You can't say it because you've built an audience of people that are not ones that would typically listen to you or watch you or whatever had they known how you really thought about things. So now you have to keep this fake persona, so it has to be that, oh, I can't talk about that. Oh, I can't talk about that because of cancel culture. I can't talk about that. Why? I sit here and talk about all kinds of things. But I think that's the difference, is when you keep it 100 from the very start and you're honest about who you are and what you believe and what you think, you get the right people to watch and you get the right audience in front of you. And I've said that over and over. I'm never going to be that person that just lets the song play and, doesn't touch on the subjects because, and I've heard it in my comments and everything else. Oh, well, you'd get more subscribers. I don't want those subscribers. I want people that want to be here to have conversations. I want people that want to be here to discuss the truth. I want people to have a place where they know they can come and be heard. And they don't have to agree with me and I don't have to agree with them. But we've lost places like that and people like that. And when I couldn't find it, I chose to become it. And that's that. So I am grateful for every single person that is here. So grateful. And I always will be. But I'm not going to change who I am or why I started or what I'm doing just for clicks and views and subscribers. Would it be nice to make more money? Absolutely. Would it be nice to, especially because my stuff's constantly flagged. I mean, let's call a spade. Everything I talk about, YouTube thinks is controversial, even though it's not. It's just the truth. Do you know what I mean? So, of course, all those things would be nice, but that's just not me. So, this is me, and I'm grateful for everybody that will hang out with me. And if you don't want to, that's okay too. I still send you love and the best wishes in the world, and I want nothing but happiness and health and wealth for you. All right, we're halfway done. Let's finish it up. I think I got a lot of what I needed to for tonight off of my chest, even though, remember, we will circle back on certain Fauci-ouchie topics as soon as I figure out a way to do it. Because it's important. I might have to put it on my TikTok, and then maybe I'll try to put it on Twitter. I don't even think I've looked at my Twitter, you guys, in like 3 months. So I am so sorry if any of you have reached out on there. You can yell at me in the comments. I suck at social media. 100%. 100%.
McDonald's to eat, they're addicted to phones and they take Xanax to sleep. They blurred the lines dividing communism and democracy. In 2021, we paint the patriots as Nazis. It's
so true. And there's a guy on TikTok. My goodness, what's his name? The something immigrant or the... I don't know. But anyways, he's from Romania. And he tries to explain to people, like, you don't really want communism. Do you know what I mean? Like, how are you in America wanting communism? Like, how don't you get it? My opinion is to see, that's the thing, and I don't know why people don't get that either. Just because it sounds good on a piece of paper doesn't mean that's how it plays out. Because you got to remember that there's always people involved. People are greedy, people are power hungry, and then that's just not how it works. Look at history. I can't. Okay. But again, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I needed this song today. I really did. I really did.
2021, we paint the Patriots as Nazis. The men playing women's sports get trophies for winning. Like, great, let's celebrate a man for beating some women. If you're black, your life matters, you're supposed to embrace it. If you're rich or you're smart, then you're probably Asian. If you're gay, then you're brave. All of that I'm okay with. But if you're white, the stereotype is you are a racist. Blaming capitalism like that's the reason things are tough. While you tweet from an eye.
And again, guys, please, some of you, please just open your eyes to see who really is the racist. Please. It's not the person saying something that you didn't want to hear. It's not the person telling you a truth that you didn't want to hear. It's not a person who hurt your feelings. First of all, for anybody to be art, there has to be the intent to be so. So, please just take a look around at what's really going on. Put it all together. Like, make a vision board of it. Like, oh, look, these are all the people that got removed from labels in the past year and a half. These are all the things that were promised. These are all the things that happened from these lists of promises or didn't happen. Put it all on one board. And then connect the dots. That's all I'm going to say. All right, let's go.
And sip on a Starbucks, you're supporting what you stand against. You don't think you are, but a Percocet addict don't donate money to pharma.
I mean, didn't we just talk about that, though? Isn't that funny? I completely forgot about that. That's just it. It's, they're constantly actually doing, being, fighting for exactly what they're claiming to be against. Like, it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like I don't know. It's hypocrisy, but it's like they can't recognize it in themselves. I don't know. How did we get here? How?
But a Percocet addict don't donate money to pharma. Damn, dog, we're all afraid to speak the truth. And the more afraid we get, the more we hate the ones who do. You're ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Because honestly, we are all ashamed of you too. Y'all are so fake. The forecast said that there'd be snow. You can make us see.
Sorry about that, guys. I told you, YouTube does it to me every time. Every time. All right, let's go.
The truth. And the more afraid we get, the more we hate the ones who do. You're ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Because honestly, we are all ashamed of you too. Y'all are so fake. Oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa. You can make us see it your way. No way. Gasoline and propane. More flames. Oh no. No more snowflakes. We can all get along, but there's no stopping. Everybody's wrong, that's a real problem. They don't want to hear it, but they still talking. Soon enough, we running out of options. This ain't gonna end till it's in the coffin. We ain't gonna be friends till we try to squash it. I don't know how we can make amends when we drop it. Snowflakes melt when it's hot, kid. Y'all are so fake. Oh no.
Bars. I've ran my mouth way too much. Way too much. Let's go.
Flakes melt when it's hot, kid. Y'all are so fake. Oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa. You can make us see it your way. No way. Gasoline and propane. More flames. Oh no. No more snowflakes.
Shout out to Nova as usual. She's amazing. She's so cute too. Oh my gosh. I could go on for days. And then sometimes you just feel like, you know, does anybody even hear it? You know, does anybody get it? I mean, I clearly many of you do, but we gotta find a way to, like, you know, we gotta stop allowing, especially the media, who has their hands in all of it, to put you against your fellow Americans. Even if you disagree, you're allowed to disagree in life. We've lost that. The minute you disagree, you're an enemy. And it shouldn't be that way. Right now, we all need to come together because we do have a common enemy. It's just part of us don't see it. And then there's the rest of us who just hope that you do before it's too late. Because the dictator-in-chief the other day, you know, when he can actually get a full sentence out of his mouth, made a comment about how he was talking with Putin and someone else about how autocracies might be the only way forward because you can just make a quick decision. Wake up. Wake up. We're going to lose this country if you don't. And that's the truth. But anyways, guys, I have kept you for an extended amount of time. As usual, I ran my mouth about plenty just so I could try to slide in those few things that I thought were extremely important to share. And then we will find a way to circle back on the hokey pokey, Fauci, ouchie nonsense and mandates even further here soon. So just bear with me on that. Remember, if you are a subscriber of mine and you've commented on any video, you will be entered as far as winning a cup. And then if you need anything else, please reach out. I do appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me. I am sorry that it took me so long to get another video done. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your week. We will reconvene soon, and then we will also go live soon. Again, I'm just trying to figure out the best place to do it. Still, haven't weighed out all of those options completely yet, so just bear with me on that just a little bit. But I do hope that you have a great rest of your week and a great upcoming weekend, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you so very much. Thank you so much for being here. Maybe if you're kind, you'll do the YouTube things, like and subscribe and hang out and chat with me in the comments. But just know that I appreciate you, and I hope that you have an amazing evening. Thank you for re-listening to this with me. We'll be doing more, and we're still going to talk about those 10 steps in Greenwashed. That's just, again, I tried to get the first one done, and it's not making it to you. So we're going to figure it out. But I appreciate you guys. Have an amazing night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.